Hello there everyone, your fluffy armchair Admiral Lator is back with some more Transport Fever 2. In today's episode, we are going to continue our efforts to bring some fuel for Loftus. In last episodes, as you probably remember, we finished off with spending 20 millions. Yes, 20 big for setting up our basic infrastructure and sending out one passenger train, which almost made me bankrupt. I'm not going to lie, I had to use some crazy magic to pull it off for you, so we can carry on with another episode. Anyway, without any further ado, let's have a look what I managed to do and what kind of changes I made off screen before starting to record this video. So right about now you should see what I'm currently doing. As you can see, I got 20 million in my bank accounts, and I cleaned up the loan, which basically took about 6 to 7 hours of gameplay without any progression. I tried to stick with as little progression as I could, so you can watch the progress going. I've also released the date, so we are progressing with the date right now. I set the game speed to normal for now, so we can recap on our previous efforts. So, as you probably remember, I managed to send a passenger train going from Loftus to South Kirby, stopping in midway somewhere in Sandwich. So right now I got 2 trains on that route. They are still not exactly where they should be, but they are making me quite a lot of money right now, which is surprising. I've changed those trains, and surprisingly they finally started to make me quite a big coin. Previously I've been really struggling to get those trains to actually work and bring me some revenue. Right now, yeah, I'm getting some money. However, I had to reinforce both towns with bus lanes. So that's what I got. I got a bus lane in South Kirby and bus lane in Sandwich, bringing me more passengers to my train routes. And as you can see, I always got someone waiting in Sandwich. I always got someone waiting in South Kirby. Right now there is only 9 passengers because train has just left. Right. So eventually I'm making some money. So it's time for us to finally set up a bigger income, set up a good lane that will make us quite a big revenue. So we need to start delivering crude oil from Sandwich up here to South Kirby and Mutorp Annex. Then we need to set up a train that will be going only between South Kirby Annex and South Kirby Central, delivering crude oil, delivering processed oil, and bringing back fuel to Annex Station. Why I want it in Annex Station? Well, the answer is simple. I don't want to pick fuel directly from South Kirby, at least not with a train that's gonna go between Sandwich and Annex, because that train will eventually bring me some fuel back to Sandwich, which also requires fuel. When it comes to picking up processed fuel, I will also do it in South Kirby Central Station, but that will be separate train going only between Loftus and South Kirby Central. The biggest problem I have right now with that is that this train on that very long route will be going almost empty for now, or halfway will be going empty, because I got nothing else that I can actually bring to South Kirby that will eventually bring me that revenue. So what I thought about, and this is a pretty crazy plan if you ask me, is to eventually set it up slightly different and make this train stop at Sandwich, pick up some crude oil, bring it to South Kirby and Muntorp Annex, and pick up the return delivery from there, and then go back to Loftus and get back to Sandwich. That might work better, in fact. Anyway, let's get started with our train lines. So I definitely got a train line that is called Loftus Fuel, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Okay. I will definitely change that. So I want you to stop at Loftus Central. Then I want you to do freight at Sandwich. But Loftus Central, yes. For some reason you can't connect all the stations. Why is that? That's interesting. Right. For some reason, that is saying that I can't reach the terminal. Oh, did I accidentally? Yeah, I think I might have accidentally made this track a single way or a one way. But why did that happen? Oh, okay, I need to double slip this bit, and that will solve the problem. Yeah, if that gets double slipped, this track becomes two-way track, and technically that could work. Right. Obviously, on return trip, I need this train to just go past, and this station is not equipped with signaling to do that. I will have to double check if everything will work. However, I will also make sure that trains will eventually stop before this junction. I could log them on the train station and forget about signaling, and that might eventually work better, considering that I got only one platform and trains approaching from both sides. Yeah, that might be smarter thing to do, in fact. Okay, let me remove those signals and use only station signals to deal with the problem. Because otherwise, trains will be trying to approach those signals from both directions, and they will stop at those signals, blocking the junction. And I don't want that to do. I don't want them to do that, so I prefer a train to be stopped here on signal 24 or here on signal 1, and eventually wait for a clean way for this platform. There will be only 2, maybe 3 trains going on this route, so that's not a problem. Anyway, I got this line set up. I need another line, and it should already be done. I just need to find which one that is. So that's Loftus Fuel, but I need another lane, and it's already set up. I just can't remember which one it is. Oh, okay. South Kirby oil processing. So that's the lane I need. I need to send a train on this one exclusively. It will go both ways full as soon as I set up the other line. So I can already send it out. Right, let me think. The train is will go pretty much on leveled ground. It doesn't need to be fast, so I can save up some money on getting like yeah, the general would do best for me in that case. So I will add the general, and I want cargo. I might go for these tankers. They look really good. And they got 50 kilometer per hour speed, with Loco being able to do 45. So that's perfectly fine for us. Let me see. 203, 203. Okay, these got. Okay. I would add capacity 42, 49, 56. That's quite a lot. Okay, 49 capacity for 2 million. That is expensive. Anyway, I want you on South Kirby oil processing, so you can head on. And now I need a different setup. Do I have... Yeah, sandwich crude export is what I believe is the lane that I want to start off from. It was already set up, so why not? Right. I need quite a lot of these. They definitely need a bit more capacity. It's gonna be tough for this Loco to actually climb up. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 cars. Yeah, it might be tough for this Loco to actually climb up this hill. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's 6 tons. And how much does these... They weigh 7 tons. But yeah. You know what? I'm gonna take that risk, but I might need to triple track this route, because if those trains will take too long to climb uphill, they will obstruct a passenger train, which is also using the same line. And I'm afraid that if that's going to happen, that one of those trains will start bring me losses. So I'm going to buy this train, and I'm going to sandwich crude export, and I'm going to buy another one, and this one is going to Loftus Fuel. Okay, so I got all trains in place, and hopefully they will start making me money. Oh, look at this. Oh yes, that's my money maker. Good, good, good. Right, this one, yeah, this one is already on its way. He's not going to bring me any revenue just yet, but it looks really nice. Good. Right. So what I'm afraid about right now is how these trains are gonna to get through this bit of track. And I have to say that triple tracking this thing will be very expensive. But I might have to do it in order to keep my stuff going. Anyway, Loftus still needs a bit of adjustments in here. So I need a drop-off point for my fuel that I'm gonna bring to this station. So obviously I need to build some demand. So I want a track to go from here, turn into this bit of a road, and do a drop-off. I can't place a drop-off point here, but what I can do is to place a drop-off point here, and it has pretty good reach. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I got a new bus. I got a new cargo horse-drawn carriage, and I got new passenger car. Right. Anyway, that would be it if it comes to drop-off points. I just need small drop-off point for this, and I want transfer to Springfield Road. That's gonna be a very simple track. Wait, did I named that lane? No. So that's gonna be Loftus cargo transfer. There we go. Let's name it like that. I will have to standardize my namings, so later on, when I will get like 20-30 different lines, I won't end up having, oh, it's just a tram depot. I don't like it. Yeah, the new thing that I don't like about this game is that you got now separate depot for trams and separate depot for road cars, which I think were connected in previous games. So if you had like a road depot, it served for both trams and trucks. Right now I have to build separate building to actually be able to send a couple of trucks. However, I do have new trucks with bigger capacity. They are not super faster, but they do have bigger capacity, and that's what I want. 32, 23. For some reason, oh, okay, that's a European horse-drawn carriage, and this one has lower capacity, and it's pretty much just now in par with the rest. Right. Tram 8. Oh, I probably caught one of the vehicles that was passing beneath. Right, I need at least 5, 6 of these. Do I want a European one or do I want flat? Yeah, I will go for these ones. 200 grand. Good, and that's gonna be Loftus cargo transfer. Yeah, and I want these guys to just go between Loftus transfer and Springfield Road to drop off anything that might come into this train station. And obviously the first thing that will come into this station will be fuel as soon as it's processed. Because obviously right now nothing is processed. Right, my oil train is about to reach that high incline. Thankfully, that's the only time it needs to pass through this place. And it's just this train that will actually be heavily struggling with that route. So let's see. I would like to see how much cargo I do have on my station, because I know there is some. Yeah, it shows, for some reason it shows me passengers, but I can't see how much fuel I got on this station. Oh, alright, I need to press on different icons. They should actually connect those stations as one, and it should show me both things on overview. As you can see, well, the amount of fuel that it generated is pitiful. So at the very beginning, those two train lines will put me at a great loss, and I'm quite afraid that it might end up being a bit problematic for me, at least at the very beginning. What I might do is to connect those two remaining oil wells with train station, send some trucks to deliver crude oil to Sandwich train station. However, I believe that this one oil well on its own should be able to actually produce enough crude oil to supply South Kirby and eventually get this oil refinery to work. Anyway, I do have some oil already waiting in this station, mostly because for some reason the game decided that it will stop sending oil using this line. Is it good? Is it bad? I'm not sure, but that opens up new possibilities for me, because I still got plenty of trucks on this lane. So I got South Kirby fuel, is it? Manage line. Yeah. So that's this lane. I can eventually let me go back here. Okay, manage vehicles. And I want all of these guys to actually go for yeah, or maybe, you know what, maybe not all of these guys, because there's quite a lot of them, and I want to still supply this town. So what I want to do is to create a new line, or actually edit this one. So I don't need you to go to South Station anymore, and I want you to only drive between those two stations. However, I don't need all those vehicles to operate here, because that's going to be quite a lot of overkill. So I want to leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I want everything else to go and bring crude oil instead. This will reduce the amount of emissions in South Kirby, because obviously there's much less vehicles going through those routes right now. It should still allow me to have a steady supply of fuel in South Kirby, so the town won't start shrinking, hopefully. And I will eventually get, how fast is this? 21. It's not bad. It's not gonna impact my my passenger trains that much. I'm glad to see that. Well, this train is slowing everyone down, because he's climbing at amazing speed of 16 kilometers per hour, but he's not going to repeat that route anyway, so I'm not worried about it. It's just the first route that he will obstruct anyone. Anyway, I got this already sorted for now. I got some oil waiting at South Kirby. I got some crude oil being transferred into this station at high rates with the trucks, and I got some crude oil waiting in Sandwich, which is very good. It is going to help me a lot, and as soon as I start delivering oil to processed fuel to Loftus and Sandwich, which I need to set up for a drop-offs as well. Let me just do this. Right. Do I want to have depot in here and obstruct my operations with that level crossing? Or do I want to have fuel depot? Yeah. I will set up... Or you know what? I might just expand this thing with a cargo terminal. The problem is, can I... Okay, if I will destroy one building, I can just add cargo terminal to this bus stop. And as this is just a drop-off cargo point, it should be alright. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. And then I need to build this little thing and catch all these into a drop-off. So you will go through here. Okay. If you can drop those things here, then you can go on this small route. Okay. Fair enough. That should work. Let me just set up the line. So that's gonna be Sandwich Halt and the Avenue. There we go. It's a very quick and small route. Let's name it. So that's gonna be Sandwich cargo transfer. There we go. Come on, just save the name. There we go. Yeah. Right. Now I need a couple of vehicles. 20 kilometers per hour, capacity 5. I need 5 of you guys. It's not gonna be long route. And for some I almost thought it's gonna be so cheap. Right, Sandwich cargo transfer. There we go. So we are now building some sort of demand. I might need to... Where is that cargo transfer? I need to manage the vehicles, and right from the very beginning, I need to set the costs to very high. Unfortunately, say needs to go to Loftus. I really don't want to affect those. Wow. Right. We got some new locos. They are very tempting, especially 280 Baldwin class. I need to have a look at this because I might immediately go for a quick upgrade of my cargo trains. I will have a look at that because definitely I need some upgrades on this field. Right, is that... oh, that's just a Sandwich crude export, so he can go back. But I would like to stop train 4 as soon as he reaches this bit, so that this train can eventually generate some fuel for it. I don't want it to go back empty. Okay, this one is waiting for train 6. good, good, good. I'm glad to see that this thing is working. Train 4 is going with first transport of crude oil. It is going to take some time, but these guys are going to take forever to actually return. Okay. So I want you stop before that signal, and you need to wait. Alright, that is gonna be, well, a bit costly for me, at least at the beginning. However, when those lanes starts to generate some serious revenues, and as you can see, Loftus Fuel and Sandwich Crude Export are starting to slowly generate some crude oil in Sandwich, and I'm hoping that they will start to generate more and more and more. Then I will be able to actually export much more and get some good coin coming from those two lines. This lane won't actually bring me that much money. It's still not gonna be bad, but I will have to fix this line a little bit, because as you can see, it's not exactly leveled, and it has that level crossing on that road. I just wanted to save some money, so I will definitely have to break down this bit of track and eventually make it a bit more leveled, so that this train don't struggle with this route. Not sure if he even reaches his top speed on that short route, so it's not a problem. Okay. So, yeah, oil has been transferred to South Kirby refinery. It is being refined, and I'm hoping that some oil will start showing up in this station. Yes, it is. Okay, good, good. Good, good. The more I will transfer, the more I can bring back. It won't be at 1-to-1 ratio, because some of that will be taken by South Kirby fuel. But this train will be doing this route quite often. So there's always gonna be some oil here, and I'm hoping that it's gonna make it to actually bring some fuel back at appropriate rate, at least, so that soon we will start generating some money back, because right now it's not looking good, to be fair, and I need to bring that money back. Right, I will speed up the things, because watching our lanes to actually start working is not as exciting. Okay, a train made another pickup. Is it actually reaching its full speed? I forgot to check it. So 34, 35, yeah, at this bit of track it definitely does. Is it struggling to go up? Just a bit, yeah, it slows down. I don't want it to do that. Still not bad, but the train is not making any big income. Okay, it just loaded 14 fuel, well, 10 fuel. So we are starting to get some fuel back. But why have you used that? Right, manage line. Sandwich halts. Okay. Oh gosh, right. Add station, and I want this bit. Why don't you want to cooperate? I've set up a terminal. Oh gosh, right. I need to configure that. Right. Bum. Right. That's a street access, and I want to build small street connection here. Good. And now I need to change this. Oh, alright, I pressed the wrong icon. There we go. Now it works. So I can eventually delete. Oh, don't want to delete the whole thing, but I want to delete that extra road. Right. So now they should work as intended. Yep. And no warnings. Whew. Problem solved. Yeah, that's what you get for building the same station. It should mark it as basically the same station. Right, I need to observe because I don't want to block Loftus fuel. Okay, so now I can release you and you can start bringing me money. Okay, so first transport of fuel is going back to Loftus. Okay, train for sandwiches is back, so I managed to release this guy right on time. Okay, it appears that all our lanes are starting to work as they should, and I'm hoping that they will start to turn this negative balance into very positive income. Right. 25 fuel. Good. Okay. It really works. I'm really surprised. So this oil refinery is actually producing much more. I'm getting an increase on shipments. So now what I can think about is to upgrade this bit of track. So I will pause the game and I want this track to be leveled. So what I have to do is to actually delete it. Yeah, starting from here. I have to delete the whole thing. Okay. So I need... Yeah. I'm not sure if that bridge is supposed to be here. So when I try to connect it here, the tracks are getting a bit too... Oh, gosh. Right. That's a bit problematic if you ask me. What if I will try to connect it that way? Yeah. For some reason, the game is trying to actually go with the fastest route. And that's not something I want. I also don't want this incline to happen. Yeah, it's definitely not leveled. It's still not leveled, or maybe. I mean, it's really hard to decide, but yeah, I need to fix this bit of track. I don't want this thing to go up, and I definitely don't want you to be too leveled. Yeah. Okay, you can go slightly down. You are still not good enough. I am hoping that... there we go. It's much more leveled right now, and it should work far better. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Good. I was also thinking at one point to get this done, but that's beautiful. That's something I really want. Good. Right. I'm not sure if making a junction on a bridge is the most efficient, and yeah, that looks strange. That looks a bit weird, but I mean, do we really need that? In fact, no, we don't. Why would I do such an awful thing? Right. I really don't need that. However, what I wanted to do in here, I can't remember. Oh yeah, all right. Now I know why I thought I might need to do that. So what I can do eventually is to make it look right. I want this slip to go from here. It doesn't have to be fastest one. If I can get 50 kilometers out of this truck, I'll be more than happy. I want this to be one way, and I want eventually this to be one way. I'm not sure how this is going to work, in fact. But this way I got one track that's going out, and two tracks that's going in exclusively, which means that I can always have two trains going on this lane if I have to. Not that I will ever do, but I might give it a shot. It might actually work pretty well. So yeah, why not trying? Okay, so now this train should be much less impacted by this incline, which means it's gonna go faster. Which also means that the rate at which he can transfer that oil is gonna be better. Win-win situation, I guess. So hopefully that will optimize this line a little bit better. I will have to do a math at some point to decide how much oil I can transfer. Currently it has 134, which is very, very good, considering that Loftus Fuel has only 22, because the route takes it 39 minutes, which is not the most efficient. But it is what it is, I'm afraid. It's still better than it was. So that's sandwich crude export. It has 54 out of 70, which is quite a good load. Let's see how much there is waiting. There is only 18 fuel waiting for it, which is not ideal. But it's getting better. It's getting better. It's definitely getting some extra fuel. Okay, so this train is leaving with that middle truck. I might want to change it later. I might eventually swap it with separate double tracking, but I will see how this triple track system will work and how much it will affect both trains, or rather all three of them. Right, so that looks good, and I believe that we might wrap up this video at this point. Everything is set up. Every train is rolling. We are getting some fuel delivered. We are getting some crude oil deliveries as well. So for now, everything seems to work perfectly fine. And I believe that wrapping it up at this point is a great and brilliant idea. So, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you want to get informed about my new uploads, hit that notification bell button and don't forget to share your comments down below. Have a great day and see you all later. Later, out.